First thing we want to say is that all the praise and glory in this case goes to God. I've gotten to know Miss Dippolito and her family over the past couple years, and our spiritual faith and bond has gotten us through this case, because when I arrived here from California, I can count on one finger the number of people in this country who thought we even had a chance in this case. I feel like we've been up against the world in this case. Nobody ever believing in the message that we had to send in this case, to not only this community, but to the country, that there are rules that law enforcement has to follow. And there was a moral principle in this case that at least 3 of these jurors received. And that is that when you sign up to protect and serve the community, you have to abide by the rules. And you can't break the rules for your own self-interest. And you can't use a young woman like Dalia Dippolito as a pawn to put your self-interest above constitutional rights. I took this case for 2 reasons. Number one, from the moment I spoke to Dalia Dippolito on the phone, I believed her 100% that she never, ever intended on killing her husband. Because I don't take a case that I don't believe in. And Mr. Rosenfeld doesn't take a case. We don't go to trial unless we believe in our client and believe in our case. The second reason why I took this case is because in my heart I'm a civil rights lawyer. And there were many civil rights violations in this case by the Boynton Beach Police Department. This was a platform for us to bring about positive change in the community. We revere good police officers. This case isn't about putting down all law enforcement. There are a lot of good police officers out there, and we embrace them. But in this case, it was about a handful of police officers who were not following the rules, who were rogue. And this second trial was vastly different than the first trial because we dug down deep and got evidence. We got proof of police misconduct. We didn't come here with some fictional story. We came here armed with evidence of rules and policy. And we heard from the jury today. And by the way, we have mixed feelings by this mistrial. We're not here to celebrate. We have mixed feelings. On one hand, we are encouraged that our moral message of holding law enforcement accountable was received. That is progress in this case, but it's not the final chapter. The other mixed feelings we have are, we wanted a not guilty verdict. So on one hand, we are encouraged that our message is being received by the community, but on the other hand, our hope was for full vindication and a not guilty verdict. We wanted to know whether there was more than one juror in this case who felt our argument, who believed that it's more important to follow the rules, and that's why we asked for that polling today. And to hear that it was 3-3, in many respects, validated the arguments that we made in a heartfelt fashion in this case. That when you take that badge and you have taken an oath and an honor to protect people in this community, that you can't manufacture crime for your own self-interest, that you can't break rules and lie and destroy evidence and then benefit from that. Our whole theme in this case, just to be clear, is those videotapes that the whole world has watched, they are the result of improper and illegal police practices. And as a result, those videos are contaminated. And we can't go around in this country convicting defendants with evidence that is contaminated. That's not what the Constitution stands for.